Hi, I'm John Berhar, and I designed and developed the Fast LIL Taper for the do-it-yourselfer and handyman who wanted a quality taping job and kept asking me, well, how do I do this? We came up with the Fast LIL Taper. You don't need to have 30 years of experience to get a quality taping job. It's like laying bricks or any other thing you want to master. It takes time and it takes patience. But with the Fast LIL Taper, you can speed that up. You don't want to buy an expensive drywall taping tool like a bazooka or a banjo to do a basement remodel or a kitchen remodel. That's too expensive for you to do, that you're going to use one time. This is the answer to that question. What should you do that will give you the same consistent professional looking results that those tools would give you? It was designed with 2 years of refinement and changes and a lot of field testing that's very simple and easy for you to operate. It allows you to work at your own pace. So what is it that makes the Fast LIL Taper so unique? When it comes from us, the manufacturer, it's attached to this card, and on the back are a complete set of instructions. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off of here, cut this right here. And of course, this hook is for the drywall tape roll, which you'll put on your belt, and it takes the place of this, rather expensive one from the local building supply house. Let me point out a couple of features about it. First off, we started off with a stainless steel 6-inch wide knife to give you a feather smoother application of the tape once you're applying it. We went with stainless steel because we didn't want to give you this and in 6 months, have it look like this. It's built to last. We wanted to give you a quality product. Everything from design of the hilt that allows you to dent drywall joints and smooth them down, to the ergonomically designed handle that's very comfortable to work with. This is the main feature of the Fast LIL Taper. These teeth allow the tape to be put through, and when you pull it through, no matter what angle you pull it through, the same amount of compound will come out on the tape. You won't have any dry spots. Because of those teeth, it allows more compound in the center for more joint penetration. This is a high density polyurethane plastic, so it's going to last you a long time. All you have to do is clean it up with a toothbrush and water. Now, some of the people we're getting feedback from are actually using it for scraping. Go ahead, you can use it for prepping your walls. You can scrape with it now, and you can run fast setting compounds through it as well. As long as you use a 90-minute compound or whatever and rinse it out real fast, it won't set up in there. Use your toothbrush and it will be fine. I'm going to show you a demonstration of the Fast LIL Taper now in a small office that was water damaged and needed to have some of the drywall repaired and replaced. It was just a typical kind of a small repair job. I didn't hang the rock, the client did, but they asked me if I'd show them how to tape. So after I videoed the entire thing, we finished the room, and we have a speeded up time-lapse version of it on the website to give you an idea of how long it would really take to use the Fast LIL Taper. So let's get to work.
With the Fast LIL Taper, we have to dilute our taping compound, our all-purpose compound, down to the consistency of sour cream. That's good enough. Throw a little bit of water in here. And again, you want it like sour cream. Now this is the same texture that you would have in a professional machine. And it's essential that the tape go through it. And that's about what you want right there. That kind of consistency. Not quite fallen, but it's very loose like that. And that will enable us to go through the Fast LIL Taper and leave just enough compound from these teeth and this opening to adhere to the drywall joints and give you the finished drywall taping job that you're really looking for. So next, what we're gonna do is tear off as much tape as we can handle. Crease it like this. The drywall taper will be in your right hand most of the time. And if you'll just crease it like that, you can tear it. Or you can pull off what you think you're gonna need, hold it with your finger, put the drywall knife behind it, and tear it off. And an added advantage to the Fast LIL Taper 2 is not only does it hold the reel of drywall tape, but you can use it afterwards or beforehand for masking or painting later on. Feed it through the Fast LIL Taper fence teeth, and we hold it down with our thumb and we submerge it into about an inch past the actual tooth or the finger itself, on the inside finger. So about that deep. And then we slowly pull that through. If you set this in more the center of the bucket, you'll get all the compound you want. And you can see that it's, I'm gonna get my hand out of the way, you can see how much is coming out on that. That's a lot of compound. Now, what the Fast LIL Taper does is put more in the center so it'll penetrate the joints better. And again, we're gonna turn this upside down. So we have this part of the tape that came out has all the compound on it. That was the last part. The first 2 or 3 inches, it doesn't have any compound on it. So we're gonna put this, we're gonna butt it right up next to that other tape, walk it down with our fingers, center it right in the joint, come back and smooth that out about a foot at a time. This is gonna save you though so much time over pre-mudding the joint by hand and then trying to embed the tape into it. We're gonna do this outside corner bead. Now in this case, again, the last part that came out, I wanna put that up on the top. And when you place it on the corner bead, don't put it over the corner of the metal bead itself. Put it right up to the corner. You'll feel it, you know what it is right here. And you'll just take your knife and put it, again, not on the actual corner, but right next to the corner. Because what you're doing is forcing the compound into all those little holes on the side, and it'll help to bind that. So now on this butt joint, I cut the tape to the distance between here and here. Okay, and this is another time that you want to put this at the top and go end for end. Change your hands. Same thing, center it on the joint, walk it down with your fingers, control the application, go back to the top, and squeeze out that extra. And I want to start this one from the bottom and center it on both of those joints and walk it up. So on taper joints, horizontal taper joints, now this is a classic case again of, so we put this one to this joint right here, this corner. We want to butt that right up to do it and walk it with our fingers. Start from this end. Same thing, we want to take the part that came out last and butt it up to this one. Center it on the joint as we're walking it with our fingers. Come back to this intersection, make sure they don't overlap, and then squeeze the excess tape out. Don't over squeeze. You will push too much of the compound out. But watch when I stretch it out. You see how heavy it is? It wants to fall because on this horizontal joint, you're fighting gravity. So you establish it right on the center. Continue to walk it with your fingers. And slowly squeeze it out. Not taking out too much. You'll see how much pressure it takes. And I want you to see how much compound is under there. That's a real good amount. We walk up to this corner, and we center it, and we walk it, and we guide it down here onto this intersection of this tape. Now we're going to smooth this out. Clean up fast. And again, you don't have to worry about all this right here because you're going to have 3 more coats. You don't even have to sand this. So while you're doing sealing work, you're going to do that on a ladder. And by having the bucket up here like this, you don't have to get up and down as much to get more tape as leaving it on the floor. Do as much area as you can on the ladder at one time. Then when you get down, you don't have to move the ladder as many times. So get all the corners, get all the flat joints, get all the butt joints, anything you can up here. It'll save you a lot. And it needs to be smashed a little bit, so I'm using the Fast LIL Taper denting tool. Notice I'm not overextending. Now again, we grab the end that came out of the Fast LIL Taper last and butt it up against this corner that was already done. Walk it. Now it's gonna really wanna fall on you from gravity. And now we just smooth that out. You're looking for wrinkles, or you're looking for any kind of bubbles underneath. Move the ladder into the next position so I can go up and do my next one. Do I need to use the tape or the Fast LIL Taper denting tool here? Yes, I do a little bit. And that really does a good job. And we butt that right up to the other one. Again, walk it with your fingers. Smooth it out, get any air bubbles out, look for any wrinkles, and you're done. I think that's about it for now. You've seen enough. If you have any questions, you can probably reach us through the website or through the email address that's on it.
You can find a library of videos on using the Fast LIL Taper and more tips and tricks on how to drywall on YouTube or on our website. So if you like using the Fast LIL Taper or what you've seen today, hit the like button and let us know. We'd really appreciate that. Thanks.